Hello and welcome to BGCAA Key Employment Law Training, a manager's guide to understanding and addressing basic employment laws. I'm your training hostess, Rachel Dow, Chief Human Resources Officer. Our learning objectives are to discuss the following employment laws: Equal Employment Opportunity, Family Medical Leave Act, Americans with Disabilities Act, Fair Labor Standards Act, National Labor Relations Act, and Workers' Compensation Insurance. Equal Employment Opportunity, EEO. What it means: it protects people on the basis of age, disability, race, color, religion, sex, pregnancy status, national origin, harassment, or genetic information. It prohibits employers from discriminating against qualified people during hiring, firing, employment, promotions, pay, and training. EEO continued. How managers should handle discrimination. Discrimination is not allowed and should immediately be stopped. It is the responsibility of the manager to notify human resources when there is a concern. Employees can and should also notify human resources when there's a concern. We care a lot about our employees and want them to feel safe and comfortable at work. Additional reference information can be found within BGCAA's Employee Handbook. Equal Employment and Commitment to Diversity Policy, Policy Against Inappropriate Behavior, and Employees' Rights and Responsibilities. Family Medical Leave Act, FMLA. What it means: eligible employees can take leave for the following reasons: their own illness, for the employee's own serious condition, child care, to care for the employee's child after birth, adoption, or foster care. Both men and women can take FMLA for the birth and adoption. Or family illness, to care for the employee's spouse, child, or parent who has a serious health condition. FMLA continued. How managers should handle FMLA discussions. When an employee tells their manager that they are experiencing a life event, the manager should inform the employee that they will need to collaborate with human resources to determine FMLA eligibility and request leave. It is the responsibility of the manager to notify human resources of their employee's life event and leave request. Employees can also notify human resources to start the FMLA request. Additional reference information can be found within BGCAA's Employee Handbook, Family Medical Leave Policy, and Personal Leave Policy. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. What it means: there are two very important reasons why managers must be familiar with this act. First, you can't discriminate against someone on the basis of a disability. And second, you have to allow an employee a reasonable accommodation if they have a disability and needs a reasonable accommodation to do their job successfully. Remember, not all disabilities are visible. ADA continued. How managers should support disabled workers. When working with an employee that has a disability, look for ways to work together to find a solution to a problem. It is the responsibility of the manager to notify human resources when there is a concern. Employees can notify human resources to start the ADA process. Additional reference information can be found within BGCAA Employee Handbook, Equal Opportunity and Commitment to Diversity Policy. Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA. What it means: employers must pay covered non-exempt employees at least the federal minimum wage and overtime pay for all hours worked over 40 in an established work week. Overtime is after 40 hours in an established work week and equal to 1.5 times their regular rate of pay. FLSA continued. How managers should be supporting FLSA. Managers should ensure staff are compliant with clocking in and out using the Kronos timekeeping system. Timesheets and approval should be considered and treated as legal documents. All work time should be documented, and employees should adhere to their schedule. Employees and managers can contact human resources to discuss timekeeping or payroll concerns. Additional reference information can be found within BGCAA's Employee Handbook, Timekeeping Policy. National Labor Relations Act, NLRA. What it means: This law protects your employee's right to talk about their working conditions. NLRA continued. How managers should react when work conditions are discussed by employees. Managers should support their employees in discussing working conditions. It is the responsibility of the manager to notify human resources when there is a concern expressed by the employees. Employees can also notify human resources if there's a concern. Additional reference information can be found within BGCAA's Employee Handbook, Employment at Will Policy. Workers' compensation insurance for Texas. What it means. It provides pay and medical benefits to employees who have had a work-related injury or illness. Workers' compensation insurance continued. How managers should react when an employee is injured. Managers should support and assist their employees by providing or finding the care that they need based upon the seriousness of the injury. It is the responsibility of the employee to notify human resources when there is a need to submit a claim of injury. This is completed through Kronos, MyInfo, MyHR, Forms, and other forms. A manager may complete the claim in the event the employee is unable to do so. Additional reference information can be found within BGCAA's Employee Handbook, Workers' Compensation Insurance Policy. In summary, managers should always contact and collaborate with human resources for situations that may have a legal implication. When in doubt, ask about discrimination, leave, disability, timekeeping or payroll, employees' rights, or injury. Human Resources maintains an open door for all managers and employees to contact us with questions or concerns. We're here to help. This concludes our training. If you find that you have any questions, please contact me, Rachel Dow. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.